This stadium in Lagos was built to announce Nigerian independence in 1960. But in the early 90s, the political classes abandoned the city, moving the capital to the smaller but central town of Abuja.
Lagos is still the financial hub, it's still the heartbeat of Nigeria. If Lagos doesn't beat, nowhere beats in Nigeria.
But Lagos is back on the political map. And today, this stadium is hosting a statement of intent for the new Lagos. Eyo Festival, held 1 year after the death of a tribal chief, is a celebration marking the return of their spirit to Lagos. Often marred by chaos and violence on the streets, this year the festival has been rebranded with corporate sponsors. The great and the good of this oil-rich nation are in attendance. The youngest governor in Lagos's history, Babatunde Raji Fashola, believes the festival can be a tourist attraction on a global scale, signaling his ambition for a city so often branded one of the world's most chaotic and dangerous places.
We are competing very well in terms of security. We have put issues of climate change, carbon emissions on the front burner. We are reordering the master plan of the Lagos region and building contemporary infrastructure. I think that we are holding our own.
Lagos had opportunity to now restructure and make it a viable city. Yes, cities fail. Chicago was a failed city before, it now picked up. You know, there are several cities in the US now that are failing. Yes, with the way Lagos is oiled, with the way Lagos is being reworked and retooled, Lagos is growing, it's vibrating, and those are the measurements we're putting in place now to see and check.
Dealing with Lagos's congested roads, some of the world's worst, is a problem which must be solved, as is the number of engines pumping out CO2 while they idle in traffic. In 2008, a public-private partnership funded the Bus Rapid Transport Network. It took to the roads with dedicated bus lanes, a huge leap for Lagos.
There are about 7 million people traveling around on a daily basis that needs public transportation, and then there are in fact about another 3 more people that are traveling on the road. So when you add the two together, you will know that the road alone cannot just take it. So it has become a thing that is unbearable. Traveling on the road it has become a pain.
But it took more than a fleet of shiny new buses to prepare Lagos for a modern transport system.
We needed to change the people's behavior because they have been used to running around, jumping on the buses when the buses are on the move, and they have all embraced it. And they are quite happy and quite willing to queue to sit down in a very comfortable bus, to enjoy the ride and have a privilege of even driving on the road that is not congested.
Journey times have been cut by almost a third. The government claims improving the bus routes has reduced carbon emissions by as much as 40%.
One of the things that we see as immediately compelling to make life sustainable is to renew the infrastructure of Lagos, and that's why I dealt with roads, because Lagos is the home to many of the financial service sector, the banks, the insurance companies, the ports, sea and air, and therefore if the infrastructure that would support life, that would support entrepreneurship, that would support leisure is not there, clearly you have a problem on your hands.
Part of this renewal means clearing the highways of the street sellers and roadside stall holders. For food seller Lovely, her only source of income is at risk. She came to Lagos after the death of her husband over a year ago, hoping the city would provide her and her family with a new start.
It's only me that taking care of my children. If I am staying in the home, I will not make it. That will bring me to come Lagos to
65% of the Nigerian economy comes from informal business or illegal traders like Lovely. But government task forces are cracking down on them. With work hard to come by in this overpopulated city, the constant threat of arrest is a risk they have to take. It is safer to trade after office hours, But even now, the family are constantly on edge.
I'm not selling in the morning because of task force people. They are arresting us and
What's happening?
When an official is spotted, the family must pack up shop and move on quickly. This time, it's a false alarm.
In a few instances, people have simply turned highways into markets, and we've moved them out, and we have provided temporary accommodation for them, and we have also started the development of alternative spaces for them in the area proximate to where they have been used to doing their business.
Lovely's business is on the roadside, and until one morning 3 weeks ago, her home was beside the train tracks.
police people and the soldiers, they come here and pursue everybody out and destroy everywhere. We are sleeping outside. Well, I don't know whether they are feeling that we are living closer to railway or because of how some people are behaving in this area.
Improving the rail network, the next stage of the master plan for transport, has meant bulldozing the homes where Lovely and many others lived.
They just came this place, to come and demolish everything, and she affect us.
The way they destroy this environment is not quite okay for them. Where do they want them to go and stay?
It's what crime. You see little kids just moving everywhere, no place to sleep. The major thing in life is shelter. If you don't have shelter, where you can lay your head on is a problem.
They just come down from train and bring their gun out and say everybody should pack out its load. And they begin to pursue everybody, and we are packing our loads and our children.
We sit down with the people, we talk to the people, we engage them. So far, we've not had a problem. Once they are aware of what is coming, they see the larger picture, and we show them the larger picture. They ask questions, and once they understand the larger picture, they buy into it.
I don't get any place to stay, and I don't have money, I don't have any relation to stay with.
The government is providing alternative, and government is laying a level of mortgage finances for them, so that rather than just extinguish them, they also go on mortgage, they take mortgage and get involved in getting some of these best practices services of which they can live on and work on.
I love you. I love you. Do you love me too? Yes, these twins, they are twins. They are twins, yes. I'm always playing with them and feeding them well. It's because of them that I'm struggling to make them healthy and they fine.
Lovely has been sleeping rough since her house was demolished. So whatever provisions the government are making, they're not reaching everyone. There is a saying in Lagos that everyone is their own local government. For power, buy your own generator. For water, dig your own well. And often, even for the poorest people in the city, if you need a school for your kids, you don't rely on the state either. State primary schools are free in Nigeria, but with a growing number of immigrants, competition for places is tough, and poor migrant families often have to pay for school.
Oui, on collecte parce que ici c'est une école privée. Et chaque jour on collecte. Il y a des élèves qui donnent journalièrement et il y a encore des élèves qui donnent par mois. C'est pourquoi chaque jour on fait la collection pour pouvoir satisfaire des enseignants à chaque fin du mois. C'est ça. Amitié.
Many of the children pay on a daily basis, as and when their parents can afford the 30 naira daily fee. That's around 20 American cents. Teachers seldom know how many they will have in a class or when they will see the students next.
peut-être il arrive des moments qu'on renvoie des gens à cause de l'argent, ils n'arrivent pas à payer, disent qu'on n'a pas de l'argent et que nos papas ils sont voyagés, tout ça, là, et puis on les laisse. Voilà un peu.
When the state fails to deliver, there's a business opportunity for someone else. Like everyone in Makoko, Jean and Christian buy their water from private business. Water is pumped from boreholes dug on the land to vending huts out on the lagoon. People pay for the water they take. Clean water is becoming a precious commodity.